Yes, good morning, class. Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me properly? Walaikum assalam, Fatma. How are you? Yes, Hamza. Yes, I'm online. Walaikum assalam, Abdul Rahman. Uh, let me know, please, if you can hear my voice and can see my screen clearly so that I'll start the lesson. Okay, okay, okay. So today we are going to start chapter kinematics of linear motion. Okay, this is the chapter from your book physics. This is physics lesson. Today's lecture is lecture number 17 and we are going to start physics lesson kinematics of linear motion. Right? Kinematics of linear motion. Let's do some brainstorming about the lesson before we start it thoroughly. In this picture, you can see some people are sitting in a moving bus, means they are traveling in a bus. Bus is moving, but the people in the bus, they are sitting calmly. Let me know, are they in rest? Can we say that the people who are sitting in a moving bus, only the bus is moving and the people are sitting inside the bus, are they in a resting position or are they in motion? Yes, Fatma, they are in motion. How do you say that? Justify your answer. If you are saying that they are in motion or if you are saying that they are in rest. In both the situation, I want the reason that why you say that they are in motion or they are in rest. Please write down your, because they are moving. Hamza, Mustafa, because they are moving. How they are moving? They are sitting calmly in the bus, but the bus is moving. Only the bus is in motion. People are sitting quietly. Look, the people are sitting quietly. Only the bus is moving. So, can anybody answer me why we say, if we say that they are moving or if we say they are in rest? Can we justify our answers? They are in motion. Yes. Tayyab. People are in rest. Abdul Rahman say, and the bus is in motion. Okay, now listen carefully. We can say both the perspectives are okay. That some are saying that they are in rest, people are in rest, some are saying they are in motion. If the bus is moving, people, those who are moving in the, who are sitting in the moving bus or who are sitting in the moving car, they are also moving along with the vehicle, whether they are sitting in a bus or in a car or in whatever the vehicle. If it is moving, the people who are sitting inside it, they are also moving from one place to another place, means their body particles, every particle which is present or in the bus, whether the human beings, whether the non-living things in the, like the parts of the bus or car, they are also moving along with the bus. So we can say that they are in motion. Okay, but the people who are standing outside at the road and watching the bus is moving, but the people inside, they are sitting calmly, they say that they are in rest. They think the people who are watching them from the road, from the footpath, they say that the people inside the bus, they are in rest. So rest and motion, they are both the alternative terms for each other. Okay, those who are watching at the bus, they said the people, only the bus is moving, but the people are not. However, the people who are sitting in the bus, they are moving along with the bus. So rest and motion both are the alternative terms to each other. They are the relative terms. They are related to each other. They are related to one another, right? So we can say, we conclude that rest and motion both are the terms which are related to one another. From the perspective of the moving bus, we can say every particle of the human beings which are sitting in the bus, every particle of them is moving along with the bus, so they are in motion. But the people who are standing outside the bus at the road, and they only watch them, they only watch the bus is moving, they say that the bus is moving, but the people sitting inside it are in resting position. So both the terms motion and rest, they are the relative, simply relative terms to each other. Is this clear? Okay, now let's see what we are going to learn today in this chapter. We are going to learn rest and motion and types of motion. Okay, there are two terminologies that we are going to learn: rest and motion and the types of motion. Now, the state of rest. Students are sitting inside the class. Okay, we have one picture. Students are sitting inside the rest. They are sitting calmly, and we say that they are sitting or they are resting. Yes, Abdul Rahman, that is what I told. I just explained that people who are standing at the road, at the footpath, when they look at the bus, they say that only the bus is moving, and the people who are sitting, or passengers who are sitting in the bus, are at rest. This is what I explained. Okay. Now listen or focus on the lesson. Please don't interrupt again and again in the middle of the lesson. Look at this picture. In this picture, the students are sitting in the class. We say that they are at resting position. They are not doing any work. They are just reading, studying, writing, but they are not moving within the class. They are at resting position. Their position does not change with respect to walls and roofs. Okay, means they are at their own places, and according to the walls and roof, they are not changing their position. Second picture is that bus is standing. People are standing at the bus stand. Look at these people. They are standing at the bus stand near a bus in such a way that the position of the bus is not changing. Means the position of the bus is still. Bus is not moving. It is also standing at the bus stand, and people near it at the bus stand, they are looking at it. So what do we say? Means in the first picture, yes, Ariba, mute yourself. In the first picture, students who are sitting in the classroom, they are not changing their position according to or with respect to walls and roof. So we can say they are in resting position. People who are standing at the bus stand near a bus in such a way that their position of the bus is not changing. Means if bus is also standing at the bus stand and people are also standing near it, both are in the resting position. Their positions are not changing. So we can say a body is said to be in the state of rest if it does not change its position, right? Like I am sitting in front of my laptop on a chair. I am not moving here and there. I am just teaching you guys through a laptop. I am at the resting position. I am not changing my position according to the wall or according to the class. Is this clear? If I stand from my seat, move here and there within the classroom, it means I am changing my position and I am in motion. I am not in the resting position. Okay. So right now, if I am sitting on my chair in front of the laptop and teaching you guys, I am not changing my position. It means I am at the state of rest. Same is the case with the students, same is the case with the bus and the people. So a body is said to be in the state of rest if it does not change its position. Got it? Now next. Now look at the picture. Sorry. Now a state of motion. We can see the bus is moving, the buildings and the road buildings are there at their own places. Only the bus is moving. Okay, bus is moving in front of building. So a bus starts moving towards or away from. Hello? Hello? Yes, class, can you hear me? Yes, okay. Okay, fine. So let's start where we stop. So we up till now we have learned that a state of rest where the bus is standing at the bus stop or bus stand, people who are standing near it, the position of the bus is not changing according to them. That's why we can say that the bus was at resting position. Now if we see this bus is moving, it starts moving towards or away from you in such a way that its position changes with respect to you, right? If the bus starts moving to, if it is coming towards you or if it is moving away from you in such a way that its position is continuously changing with respect to you, we can say that a body is said to be in the state of motion. Means the bus is moving, it is changing its position. We can say the body is in the state of motion if it changes its position with respect to its surrounding. Okay, and is this clear? The state of motion and the state of rest. Should I explain it again or is this is clear? Yes, let me know. Okay, okay, clear. So let's move to the next slide. Rest and motion are relative terms. Can you see my screen? Yes, class, can you see my screen? Let me know who has done this. Erase it. I believe that it was Abdul Rahman or Falak Sher if he is there. Abdul Wase is not here. Okay. Okay.
अरे यहाँ पर आ रहा था.
Can you please mute yourself? Okay, now we can conclude that rest and motion are relative terms. We have taken two examples. In first example, people who are sitting inside the bus, they are moving along with them. It means their every body particle is moving along with the bus. So we can say, no doubt they are sitting calmly in the bus, but their body movement is not there. Their every body particle moves along with the bus. So we can say they are in the moving position, right? They are in the moving position. People who are standing at the railway platform watching at the train when it is moving. So according to the people who are standing at the railway station, the people who are sitting inside the train, they are moving. Okay, so we can say rest and motion are relative terms. Okay, is this clear? If a person is sitting in a compartment of a moving train, look at here in first picture. If a person is sitting in a compartment of moving train, will find that all the things around him in the compartment are stationary, right? Since he is moving along with the train, he thinks that the things around him are stationary, but actually things are moving along with the train. But for the person standing on the platform, all the things in the compartment are in motion. This person is standing at the platform. He is watching the train is moving and the people inside it are also in motion. So from these two pictures and from the above slide, we conclude that state of motion and rest are simply relative to one another. Okay. यार ये क्यों डिस्कनेक्टेड हो रहा है? Yes, class. Let me know if you can see my screen. This is some problem from the Zoom end now. Can you see my screen and hear my voice? Yes. Okay. So let me know if up till this slide everything is clear to everyone. Okay. Okay, so let's move to the next topic, that is the types of motion. Let's move to the next topic, that is types of motion. It is clear. Okay, there are three basic types of motion. They are, just a minute, okay, they are translatory or linear motion, rotatory motion, this one, translatory or linear motion, rotatory motion, or circular motion, right? Rotatory or circular motion, and oscillatory or vibratory motion, right? Vibratory and oscillatory motion. There are three types of motion. First one, linear and circular motion. Second, curvilinear and rotatory motion. Third one is vibratory or oscillatory motion. Right, now we will learn one by one about the different types of motion. First one is translatory or linear motion. In translatory or linear motion, every particle in the body is being displaced or moved by the same amount. Means when it is a motion when a car is moving on the flat road. This is called the translatory or linear motion. When a car is moving on a flat road. Second example, when a bicyclist or cyclist, they are moving at the circular road or circular path. Next is when a cricket ball hit for a sixer. Okay, when a cricket ball is hit for a sixer, these are all the different types of or different examples of translatory or linear motion. First one, when the car is moving on the flat road in a straight line, it is called a linear motion. When the cyclists, they are running or they are moving their bikes at the circular road. Or third one, when a batsman hitting the ball for the sixer. Okay, the ball is moving in the circular direction. So Linear motion is also called the translatory motion. In this type of motion, our body moves in a straight or curved path. Right? Body moves in a straight or curved path. Every particle in the body is being displaced by the same amount. The motion of the car, it is the linear or straight road. Bicycle or bikes are moving on the circular road or curved path, and batsman hitting the ball and ball moves in a circular direction. So these three types of motion are the examples of translatory or linear motion. यार डिस्कनेक्ट क्यों हो रहा है? जूम बार बार डिस्कनेक्ट हुए जा रहा है. Yes, is this clear? Translatory motion. If this is this clear, class? Yes, tell me if this is clear or if there is any question regarding this type of motion. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. We are left with 4 minutes. I will reconnect it if it is disconnected. Okay, I will reconnect the session if it is disconnected. Now, second type of motion is the rotatory motion. If a body spins or rotates about a fixed point, here you can see in this fan is fixed at a one point, but its body is moving in the circular motion or rotation. Spin or rotates. The blades are spinning or rotating. Spinning of the earth or rotation of the earth around its fixed axis. Movement of the wheel of car in the rotatory motion, in the fixed rotation. So if a body spins or rotates about a fixed point or axis, its motion is called rotatory motion. Clear? If a body is moving or if it spins or rotates about a fixed point, means it is attached or fixed at some point, it keeps on moving around it. This is called the rotatory motion. Like the earth, it is fixed at its axis, but its body, it is moving or rotating about a fixed point. Likewise with the blades of the fans. Same is the case with the wheel of a car. Okay. Next is types of examples of rotatory motion, like rotating fans, spinning top, Ferris wheel, and turbine. Spinning wheel, here the lady is spinning, she is moving the wheel. The motion of the wheel is called the rotatory motion. Movement of the blades of fan, rotatory motion. This boy is playing with the top. The top has a one fixed point, and the entire body of the top spinner, it moves in the circular motion. This is called rotatory motion. Okay. Few more examples of rotatory motion, like in this picture you can see if the wheel moves in this position, this is called rotatory motion. Likewise, it moves forward in the linear way or on the straight path. This is called the translatory motion. Means wheel at the same time, it has two types of motion: rotatory motion as well as translatory motion, like the wheel of the car. Okay. Now this fidget spinner, it also rotates, so it has rotatory motion. Wheel of the bicycle or car or any vehicle, it has fixed axis and it rotates around it. it has a rotatory motion. Clear everything? Please let me know if this is clear. Now the third one is oscillatory or vibratory motion. Oscillatory, we spell it, we pronounce it oscillatory or vibratory motion. When a body moves to and fro, it is fixed at one point and around its axis it moves to and fro. This is called to and fro motion. Okay, to and fro motion of the object about mean position is called vibratory or oscillatory motion. Vibratory or oscillatory motion is the to and fro movement. Okay, like this pendulum clock, all of you have must seen this type of clock, and we have learned about the pendulum in class 7, simple pendulum. Its movement is in to and fro direction. Movement of sound waves when they reach to our ear, this is the to and fro. Yes, class. The to and fro movement of any body about its mean position is called vibratory or oscillatory motion. We have other examples as well. You can see first in the first picture, oscillatory or vibratory motion. The bob of the pendulum clock, it moves to and fro about its mean position, about its fixed position, it moves to and fro. This is called the oscillatory or vibratory motion. Movement of sound waves, oscillatory or vibratory motion. How the sound is produced? Sound is produced by vibration. Got it? Have you remembered? We learned in class 7 in the chapter sound that sound is produced by vibration of the object. No, Abdul Rahman, it is due to Zoom issue. That's why the meeting is disconnecting 2 or 3 times in the middle of the session. Next example, movement of the wires or vibration of the wires of the musical instrument. Next example of the oscillatory or vibratory motion is the movement of the wires of musical instruments. When we vibrate them, they move to and fro at their mean position, and this type of motion is called oscillatory or vibratory motion. Next example, movement of the swing. Look, the swing is attached at a fixed position from the top and it moves to and fro. This type of motion means the movement of the swing is the oscillatory or vibratory motion. I am repeating, movement of the swing, movement of the pendulum clock. When the bob of the pendulum moves to and fro, when anything vibrates, it produces sound waves. This is the vibratory motion. Motion of the wires of the musical instruments when we touch them. This is the vibratory motion. Movement of the swing about its mean position. It moves to and fro. This is also called the vibratory or oscillatory movement. Okay, now open your books on page number 32. Underline the important points. First, tell me if today's lesson on page number 32 and 33 we have covered. If this is clear, or if anything you want me to repeat, I will repeat it. Let me know. If everything is clear, then it's okay. Otherwise, I will repeat it. Yes, class? Yes, hello. Okay, Tabassum, slide again, repeat, slide, repeat again. Which one? Okay, Tabassum, let's move to the first slide. You want me to repeat the rest and motion. Okay. This one you want me to repeat? Tabassum, tell me quickly. This one you want me to repeat? Rest or motion? Yes. Okay. In the we can see that some people are sitting calmly in the bus. We can say that simply we can say they are at resting position. No, they are actually they are moving along with the bus. Every particle of their body moves along with the bus, right? We can say they are in motion. If somebody say are they in rest, they are in rest according to the people who are standing at the road. Okay, they say only the bus is moving, but the people are sitting at the resting position. So rest or motion, both are the relative terms to each other. Okay, rest or motion, both are the relative terms to each other. Like I have given you the example of the students who are sitting in the class, they are not changing their position according to the wall and roof. Likewise, bus which is standing at the bus stand, people who are standing near it, they see that the bus is not changing its position, so bus is at the state of rest because bus is not changing its position according to them. Likewise, state of motion, this bus is moving away or towards you. You can see a bus starts moving and it is changing its position with respect to you. You are standing at the bus stand, but the bus moves. It means it is changing its position. So we can see the bus is moving and its position is changed, and bus is at the state of rest. So we conclude that the rest and motion are relative terms. People sitting inside the train compartment, they are moving along with the along with the train. This surrounding, they are looking outside the train and they see that the outside the train, everything is moving along with them. And the person who is standing at the train station, at the platform, he looks at the people sitting in the compartment, they are moving along with the train. So in both the pictures, it is concluded that rest and motion are the relative terms. Clear, Tabassum? Okay. Okay, now please mark the types of motion we have learned. Different types of motion, translatory or linear motion. We have learned rotatory motion. These are all given in your book, except the extra examples which I have given in this picture and another picture. Examples of rotatory motion. oscillatory or vibratory motion. Now please mark the page, mark the important lines from the page number 32 quickly. Quickly mark the important points from this page. Have you marked, guys? Have you underlined these lines? Okay, I'm going to change the slide. Done. Okay. Page number 33. Sometimes it happens that a body is at rest. First two lines, I think this entire, all these lines are important. Please highlight them. Please highlight them. Okay, now reinforcement questions. Name 3 types of motion. Quickly write down the answer in the chat box. 3 types of motion. Quickly write down the answer in the chat box. Linear, what do we call, what is the another name for linear motion? Rotatory motion is the linear motion. Are you in your senses? This is what I taught. Abdul Rahman, name 3 types of motion. Yes, Hamza, Hamza Mushtuba, Hamza Islam, Hafsa, Faliha, Abdul Rahman, Shahira. Yes, Tabassum, right. Right. Okay, give examples of translatory motion. Give examples of translatory motion. Class, do one thing, capture the screen or mark these questions. We will discuss them in the class. Please read these 2 pages, page number 32, 33 and 34. There are 4 questions on the screen. Please capture the screen or take a snapshot. We will discuss these questions in the class. Because the time is running short, or maybe you people will be having another class afterwards. Okay, I thank you for your time and concentration. Please, yes, have a look of these questions and we will discuss them in the class on Monday. Okay, thank you. Allah Hafiz.